once again to the Jason Reuter Coach Show here on the VCH Bearettes Network. I'm your host, Gary Ownbey. These programs are always available on YouTube and Facebook. Just simply search the VCHS Bearettes Network, and they're free for your viewing, so enjoy those. They'll stay out there for a while, so you can go back and look at them over and over. Being joined, as always, by Bradley Central Bearettes head coach Jason Reuter, and you have a special guest today. Coach, you introduce her for us?
Yes, this is one of our seniors, Carsey Weber, who's a very valuable young lady to our program and an excellent student and class act. So you asked me to bring somebody, and Carsey, I woke up with Carsey on my mind this morning, so we're counting on her big this year, and I think it's fitting we bring a senior leader in here.
Well, you mentioned something, she's a class act, she's a good student. It just sort of goes out saying that Bearettes make good grades. I mean, your cumulative GPA throughout the years has been phenomenal. I mean, it's crazy off the charts.
I'd like to take more credit for that than I should, but let's be honest. There's no saying the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Most of these girls that come through the Bearettes program come from solid families. Nobody's perfect.
Right. Look,
they make mistakes. I make mistakes, but we got. If you look back through the history of the Bearettes, they're pretty. It's going to be hard for any one group on any campus. That says a lot about Bradley Central High School, because we're going up against some strong groups. Mr. Sawyer's got a great group right here in the broadcasting group. We're going up against great traditions, but our GPA and our academics at the Bearettes is very, very, very strong. Yes.
Well, that prepares them for the future, down the road there. Carsey. I know her, Carsey Weber. Carsey, I'm sorry, honey.
I do it 10 times in practice, don't get me wrong. Hey,
well, it is an unusual name.
I got a freshman named Malia. I called her McKenna the other day. McKenna Miles has been gone a year to Louisiana, so I get tongue-tied.
Well, Carsey is an unusual name. I don't know any other girls named Carsey, but anyway.
You know any other Carseys?
No.
So be proud of that there. Talk about your game a little bit. You're one of the best outside shooters we have. You're tall. How tall are you? What, 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot?
I'm about 6 foot now.
6 foot?
Yeah.
Wow, getting on up there. So between you and the other 6-footer, Hannah Jones, we have some height there. We don't have that big, like a Siler Falcon's just counting on, a 6'2", 6'3 girl. But what's your strong point in your game? Is it your shooting? You like to go to the boards and rebound, or?
I would say I'm getting better at going to the boards and rebounding. I do shoot more than I drive, definitely.
But you always follow your shot, right?
Yes, gotta follow the shot.
It drives me nuts to see someone stand there and admire their shot when they shoot and it doesn't go in. If it goes in, it's different, I guess. But, when did you first start playing basketball?
I first started playing in first grade at Valley View Elementary School. I played first through fifth grade there, and then I went to Lake Forest and played all 3 years there.
Who was your coach at Lake Forest?
Coach Haas and Coach Triplett was 6th grade, and then Coach Hoffman was 7th grade, and Zandra Morse was 8th grade.
Okay, well, you come from a good background there as far as coaching goes there. And are you looking, what would you like to improve your game in as far as being a Bearette when you're out there? What does Coach get on to you most about, I guess?
Probably
Anything?
My defense.
Your
I
defense?
got to improve my defense, yeah.
Defense win games,
Yeah, it does.
She didn't take that personal.
No.
I don't think there's one girl on the team that I don't critique more on defense than I do offense. Yeah. I try to encourage a little more on offense and demand more on defense.
Well, defense, that's how you win championships with defense. That's the old saying goes.
Sell tickets with offense, you win championships with defense.
That's a good way to put it there.
We're going to need them both Friday night.
You've played 5 games now, Coach. You've won them all. You've had 3 pretty good tests there. Had a couple over the weekend that wasn't real strong, but what did you see that you liked in those games?
You're right. We're 5-0, but I'm going to say we've played what I consider 2 good teams. I don't be disrespectful, but we played one really weak team, and we played one average team, and I'd say we played one poor team, and we played 2 that I would put in a good category. Maybe Farragut may be the best team. What I like is I like the bad news first. So here's what I don't like. I don't like some of our slow starts. I don't like some of the bunny shots we've missed.
We missed a lot of those.
But it's human to err. And this girl right here is the best three-point shooter on the team. There's no question. If you look at the stats right now, you're going to say, well, the stats don't show that. I'm with her every day. This is my 4th year with her. Mm-hmm. You're here on Tuesday and Friday night. You're not at one practice. I'm with this girl every day. If she's got an open 3, what do you think I'm telling her to do?
Shoot it, I'd say.
If she doesn't shoot it, she's going to hear the wrath of Coach Reuter. Now, if she's falling backwards or off of one leg, what kind of shots do we want to take, Carson?
Open.
We don't want to make tough shots. We don't want to hit shots with a hand in the face. Mm-hmm. So what I'm trying to tell you is I'm disappointed in the gimmies we've missed. You're an open, you're a 3-point shooter, and you're towing the line, you're squared up, you got the hammer cocked, and you miss it. Guess what? You're going to make the next one. You're going in there and you beat your girl, and you got a half a step on her, and it's just you in the rim, and you clank it off the back of the backboard, then that's a different story.
Yeah.
To me, that's something we've got to improve on. Now, I got that off my chest. Let me tell you what I'm proud of. We're 5-0. We went on the road to Baylor and won by 20, which they're okay. We got down 11 to Farragut. I don't like that. It's been a long time since we've been down 11 in the third quarter in Jim Smitty Arena. Mm-hmm. We regrouped and rallied and won. They showed me a lot of grit. We won that game 46-41. A team with less heart and less fight would have lost that game. They showed me something. Somebody, an old friend of mine, Kent Smith, you know him?
Yeah, I think I know Kent.
Former boys coach. I coached with him 12 years. He called me the next day, and he was at the game, and he said, you know, you won that game because the name on the front of your jersey. He saw the girls digging down. And I appreciate the compliment, but point is we shouldn't get in that situation. But we played a good team. Farragut, I don't think, is lost.
It may help you down the road, though. You say, hey, we were down here, and we showed we could come back.
Yeah, they know. I mean, a girl like this been to you know what? She didn't dress her freshman year until the state tournament.
No, I didn't
dress at all. Sophomore year. Yeah, dressed during the state tournament. And I'm saying that Carsey has either sat on the bench or played like she was on the floor when we lost by 1 point in the state tournament last year. Mm-hmm. 1 point at the last, they hit a shot with what, 3 seconds left?
Yeah,
I forgot she took the last shot of the game from what, 40 feet, 35. So these girls are not, it's not, oh, hang your head, I got to convince you you're going to come back and win. They know that we're going to have struggles, and they're planning on winning every time they step on the floor. But you're right, there's something in the psyche. Will I ever bring that game up again? Sure. I'll be sitting in a huddle and I'll say, look, we were in this position before against Farragut. You found a way to come back. I said it on last week's show 2 weeks ago. Winners know why they win. Losers don't really know why they lose. I think our girls know why we win. We just got to execute and do it.
Well, I think it's very true there. You've played a lot of girls. I mean, you've cleared the bench most every game. You had one game, I think you had 7 kids that played. That was the Farragut game, I guess.
Yes.
And you made the comment after the game on the interview that that wasn't by intention. It's just the way it worked out there. But since then, in every other game, you've played a lot of girls. And one of the things you expressed to us early on is your bench was not as deep this year with experience. And you're playing a lot now, though, and those girls are going to get a lot of experience, exposure, and playing time out there. And you've got a lot of production. I look at the stats on the stat sheets like you have there at every game at halftime. So, how many points do we get off the bench? You know, how many do we get in the paint? How many do we get off turnovers? You know, I know to you that's a key too. But that tells me that, and I've seen a lot of points coming off the bench throughout these first few games.
And the last two were such blowouts.
Right.
Since the Farragut game, we've won by 24, 50, and 73.
Yeah.
So
good chance to play a lot
there's
of
a chance to play a lot of people.
Yeah.
I told you after the game on the radio, we can't win playing 7. We just so happened that game was a low, 46-41 is on the lower. I've seen lower, but it's on the lower end of high school girls basketball. Mm-hmm. And we were not in foul trouble. And at the time to win that game, I played my top 7. And should I have played more, I probably should have. I thought Farragut got tired. You would think we would have been grabbing our shorts, but they were grabbing theirs in the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's something to do with our conditioning program. The weight room, the August, September, October, leading up to November. So these girls are strong. And I told you before I had a concern about our depth. You're right. It's not about talent. Harmony Ware, freshman. You can see there's talent.
Yep.
It's experience.
Right.
What do you do when we're running this play and they take this away and you have to see? It's a chess match. Everything's a chess match. The defense decides how they're going to guard you. Then I have to decide how to train these girls to attack that. I can zone you. I can man you. I can switch. I can double. I can press. I can man press, zone press. So that's what I'm talking about, lack of experience. You got girls coming off the bench. Jalea Lindsay, who's a sophomore, I think is going to be a good player for us. Is a good player. Only going to get better. We talked about Avery Brewer. I mean, Avery Brewer is going to be a standout here at Bradley. But just as far as experience level, they've just not had it yet.
And there's a big divide between middle school and high school.
And that's not anything personal.
Right.
Those girls I named would be starting on most teams in state Tennessee.
Absolutely, yeah.
But they're not probably going to be winning any championships. And we're trying to win. I hope it's more than just championships. Whether we win any championships this year, I hope they're getting more out of this than just basketball. But I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to have relationships and win championships.
Oh, I agree. It sort of goes hand in hand there, too. You was talking about the money shots, the crips, the layups, whatever you want to call them. How do you, it's frustrating to watch, as a fan, it's frustrating to watch that, but that's really on the girl to learn, to be able to finish that.
Well.
Or can you coach that?
Yeah,
make them better through coaching?
Yeah, and keep in mind, I wish I had $1 for every easy shot I missed in my playing career. I'd have a whole lot of dollars.
I heard you missed a lot.
Yeah, I missed a lot, and I can hear it now. I'm like high school coach, college coach. Don't bring the ball down. Don't bring whatever. But you're right. This is teamwork. What's the old saying? Teamwork makes the dream work. If Carsey's struggling, then I have to try to get her to focus a little more. If you don't have the ability, then let's move on. But if you've got the ability,
right,
then there's something missing. There's a lack of focus, or a just mentally in tune. Maybe sometimes it could be a technique of how you're letting the ball come off your hand.
Yeah. Or which hand you're doing it with.
Yeah, which hand. But I can tell you right now, Carsey Weber doesn't have if you were trying to teach someone to shoot a jump shot, her mechanics is not, her release is fine, but her offhand is not. But she shot 49% last year. You think I'm going to change that release?
I wouldn't.
No, not from 3. So sometimes we have a girl maybe flipping the ball too early or not, but usually it's a lack of concentration. And we have to put them in positions in drills, and we do this just about every day, don't we, Carsey? We got to put you in a pressure situation in practice. We have drills where we're trying to come from behind and block your shot and make you.
Because that's what's going to happen in real life.
Yeah,
in real time.
Yeah. I think you see our girls. We're not, like I said, I don't want to lead the state in block shots because you might lead the state in fouls, but you see our girls come up with some timely blocks because we work on that also. I think we set a state record in state tournament in 2019.
Sure it is.
So we're going to, look, these are things we can fix. Some people don't have things they can fix. So
something I see, you've got this piece of paper in your hands a lot of times during the game. Obvious to me, it's certain offensive sets. How many would you say? How many different offensive sets do you have? That you work on.
I didn't do that early in my career. I don't know. It's almost like my granddad used to carry a Buckeye in his pocket. And I think I read you're supposed to carry 2 for arthritis. You know anybody used to carry a Buckeye around?
I've heard of that, yes.
Yeah, my grandpa, I think I still got that Buckeye locked up in a safe. He carried a Buckeye in his pocket.
Yeah.
I got that sheet of paper in there. Most games I could never pull it out, but it's just a reminder. Yes, it's got all our sets, different defensive packages, or different offenses. Once again, how you playing? You manning me? Well, we got about 10 plays.
Okay.
You zoning me? We got about 8 plays. Some of these are continuities that you see us run patterns over and over. Some of them are like 3, 4 options, and then we go set it back up. So there's motion offense that just continuously turns and turns, and then there's set plays that you run the play until it comes to an end, and then you set it back up. So we have both type, and so out of bounds plays under the bucket.
Oh yeah.
We've got.
Sure you work on those. Maybe
our opponents are watching. We've got about 8 of those. If you can figure all 8 of them out, then know which one we're running. Then good. Sideline out of bounds. A lot of times if someone's in the zone, you just throw it in to the point guard. If they're out there pressuring and denying like we like to do, then you may have to run some screens and picks to get your girl open. So what it is a reminder sheet. And like I said, most times I don't really have to use it, but I pull it out just to keep my mind. You see it more in football. The guy over with the laminated.
Every coach has
laminated all
play
these
sheet
sheets. You don't see a whole lot of basketball coaches with it.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit of a. I've just gotten a routine, and the last thing I do before I leave to go out on that basketball court is make sure I got my play sheet in my left pocket, and I don't laminate them, and I fold them up and crisscross them, and so about every week I'm having a copy. And of course, I'm adding to that as the year goes along.
Right. Oh yeah.
We don't run the same plays. We're running 2 or 3 plays right now that we didn't run last year. There's probably another 5 or 6 that I'll put in before the new year. You're saying, wow, is that not overload? Well, there's an old rule. Keep it simple. Would you rather be a jack of all trades and a master of nothing? We talked about this yesterday, didn't we, Carson? We had better do a master of a few things than a jack of all trades and not do anything real good. So
do what you're good at.
Yeah.
Do what you're good at there. One of the things you harped on in our first interview or two we had that you were not happy with at all, probably coming out of the Baylor game for sure, was the lack of communication, defensive communication on the floor. Has that improved? I mean, have you seen improvement there? Are the girls doing what you need them to do, talking to each other? Carsey
Weber, answer that. Have you seen improvements?
I've seen a little improvement. We still have a lot of work to do on it, but we just need to do it a lot.
I think she answered that just like her head coach would. I've seen a little improvement. We still got miles to go. If down at Baylor, if we were sitting at a 2, I would say we're at a 4. What I really want.
Yeah.
10 may be unattainable. Yeah, that's scoring 100.
Yeah.
I'd take a 7 or an 8 right now and be happy with it. But, you know, basketball is a lot like life. You've heard me say it before. We've all got flaws. We've all got strengths. We got weaknesses. You're never going to score an A+ on every category of the game.
Right.
If you do, then you're probably cutting down the nets at the Murfreesboro. But communication, Gary, let me tell you, if you don't communicate in basketball, I can promise you're not going to win a state championship. You might win it. We could win it. We got enough talent to win a lot of games. We're not worried about some of these opponents. We're trying to win the big one, and we've got to communicate better. But we're getting better. And as long as I'm seeing this, you see, I don't think in life or basketball, I don't think you're ever staying the same.
Yeah, better not be.
It's a little bit like when I get on the scale in the mornings, Gary. After Thanksgiving, it went up. Now that we've been back in school for a week, it's went back down. I don't ever stay right here. I'm either going up or down. I need to go down a lot. So,
I think we all could use that there. Well, it's always, you got to be improving all the time, because if you're not improving, you're going backwards there. We had a chance over the weekend to see your next opponent, the Cleveland Lady Raiders here, against 2 mismatched opponents. They were easy winners there. It being the first district game of the year, being a big, big home game. Ryan Howard will be here, as everyone should know by now, to have her number retired and all. It's going to be a fun, exciting night, full house. Couldn't open with a bigger district game than what we're going to see here Friday night. And did you see anything? That's probably not something you should ask, but watching Cleveland High School that.
Well, they just like us, they were in 2 lopsided games, and I apologize to the fan base that maybe were here, and I think some came the first day and they saw what we were playing against, and they didn't come back Saturday. But that's not indicative of what we've had in the past here.
No,
we've had state champions play in this tournament from multiple states, and I apologize. I'm going to do my best next year to try to field a girls' 8-team Thanksgiving tournament. So, did I see anything? Well, you still get to watch to see if girls can hit the open shots or if they like to drive. But as far as getting a lot of secrets, no.
Yeah.
You get more of that off of film. We've got today and tomorrow on top of what we just had. What's ironic, we both played here Saturday, and we don't play again until Friday, both of us. Mm-hmm. So we both got the same amount of time to get ready. we took off Sunday. I don't know about them, and we practiced Monday, and we practiced yesterday, and we got today and tomorrow, and that's one thing everybody in life's got equal is the amount of time. And some people have more things on their plate, but I saw, just like my game, I saw enough that he's played a lot of people. So really to scout them, really get a handle on them, you need to see them in a tight game. Just like if you watched us against Farragut, you'd got more of that than watching us against University High.
You brought your year-to-date stats there. What jumps out at you there that you like on the year-to-date stats? Shooting-wise, how are we doing percentage-wise?
Well, we're shooting 49 from the field overall, which is not too bad. When you talk about that's your 2s and 3 combined, you say, well, that's basically 50%, but you understand the 3 ball, that's combined. Mm-hmm. So the 3 ball, we're shooting at 32%. 33 is the number. If you shoot 33% for me, then you got the green light. Mm-hmm. So we're right there knocking on the door. We're 65 from the foul line. That can be better. We want 70. A lot of people think you should go 70. That's a D in high school. If you hit 7 out of 10 with the heart pounding, hands sweaty, mm-hmm. fourth quarter
on your own little island now.
Yeah, on your own little island. See, that counts. Everybody checks in the game. What you think it would be easier for Carson to go up there and hit 2 free throws, starting the game. She gets fouled. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. She goes to the line. Or would it be harder to come off the bench at that point and get fouled? See, a lot of kids are coming in cold turkey. Mm-hmm. So 70% is most high school girls teams will not shoot 70%. So I'm okay with that. We can just bring it up. Turnovers, we got 62 on 5 games. That's 12.1. Our goal is 12. But you got a little misfigured stats in here with what happened this weekend. So there's nothing. We're outscoring our opponents 68-34. That's actually doubling. Mm-hmm. But once again, you've got 2 lopsided scores. So
how we doing on the boards?
Rebounding, we're averaging 35. Our opponents are averaging 24. So on paper, you would look at this and go, wow, check, 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 check. But we have not, like I said, we've played one really bad team and one poor team, one average team, and I would call 2 good teams. So maybe I'm a perfectionist, Gary. I don't know, but I do see some things like this young lady's shooting percentage over here from the 3. If it goes up, which it will, I promise you it will, then we're going to be better. And right now we're doing this with a girl who's not shooting the 3 ball good, and I started the show up by telling you that if she doesn't shoot it, she's coming out. That's how much confidence I have in her. So this game Friday, if you looked on paper, a lot of similarities in shooting percentages, rebounding, points scored, points given up, a lot of similarities. So I think, needless to say, I've heard people say Bradley Cleveland, it's just another ball game. I've heard coaches say that, but we don't. This is one of the biggest rivalries in the state of Tennessee.
Absolutely.
In the state. And Cleveland's got a good ball team, and we are preparing for them just like this was an elimination game. And which it's not. I've told my girls, look, win or lose, life goes on, but don't make no mistake, we're here to win. But I think I watched last night, I got done watching film. I was working on my practice plans, and I sat down there and caught the last half of Ohio State and Duke. Did you watch any of that?
I seen most of the first half.
Duke was up 12 at halftime and got beat by.
Really?
Got beat by 5.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. How do you like that? That's number 1.
Yeah.
See, but they're on the road at Ohio State. Mm-hmm. Maybe that was payback for the Michigan football loss.
Could be.
I'm just trying to make an analogy here that, I know our record under my time here and way before my time, but I know it's been lopsided against Cleveland, but we've had some close matches, and this one I expect to be a nail-biter. But I know we're playing at home, and I've told our girls that's worth a lot. And number 2, there's a lot of pride with that name on the front of your jersey, and I don't think if we come up short, it'll be for lack of effort. I don't think that.
Carsey, Cleveland Friday night. What do you think about that? You're a senior. You've played them a lot of times. What's the feeling of the team? You know, you guys ready? You fired up? You're looking forward to this game?
Oh yeah, we're definitely fired up. It's very exciting, and this will be the last time that us 3 seniors that are playing gets to play them on this court. So
you probably know a lot of these girls personally, through whatever reason you know. Some of you guys played together in middle school, and others just know outside of school. Period. But it's always a fun game.
oh yeah.
We need to see how many of those threes you can hit Friday night, and keep communicating like Coach says, and listen to the old guy here. He knows what he's talking about most of the time. And I guess a big part of I like to see when you come out in the third quarter, what have you done? What can I see? I'm just a layman here basically. What do I see that you've done to make halftime adjustments? Because a lot of times that decides the outcome of a game, like with the Farragut game. You know, we were down, they obviously made some adjustments. They jumped up 11 points there in the third quarter, but then you had your own game plan. It obviously worked to success. And do you like making a lot of adjustments at halftime, or you just based on the game situation, I guess, again?
Yeah, that's no different than, that's kind of like driving your car. Like if everything's going good, car's running good, and the road's clear, you know the route, there's Chattanooga, right?
Yep.
You see traffic stopping on I-75, and you get down to exit 20, and you're like, whoa, I'm going through McDonald. I got to get a different route. So it's a little bit like life. If everything's going good, but you got to be ready to expect the unexpected. How many times do I say this, Carson? You got to be able to play a lot of different ways. A lot of different ways. Just when you relax.
That's when.
Like, you think Cleveland's going to come and double the ball any Friday? Some of it is surprise of the attack. Some you know it's coming and you can't do nothing about it. Some it's a surprise attack. So, and you win your games. Look, we win our games. If we win Friday, it'll be because of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and all that before. You just pick up your trophies when you show up to the games, and you win them in practice. So we have to make sure our girls know what to do. And look, the only girl that's not messing up is not playing. And let's make sure we're clear about that. These girls, when they make a mistake, they're not by themselves. Coach Reuter's with you. I'm with you. Matter of fact, I'm the guy training you. If I'm in the classroom and you make a 50 on the test, how much is a kid's fault and how much is my fault? Right. It could be a combination of both. Right. So they're not, Carsey Weber knows that I'm going to push her hard, but I hope she knows. If she don't know I don't care about her, I'm going to say right here on the Bear Network, Carsey Weber, I appreciate all you do for the Bearettes.
Thank you.
I've enjoyed coaching you, and I'm looking forward to the future.
Me too.
Let's enjoy every day.
The old saying goes, when the coach quits hollering at you, he's give up on you, So,
yeah.
But we want to wish you both the best of luck Friday night. Big matchup at Cleveland High School here. It's a very, very big night. Should have a full house.
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt you, but I know you said it. We're retiring Ryan Howard's jersey at halftime of the boys' game. Look, there's another girl named Brooke Copeland who actually wore this jersey. We were going to do it last year. We had something called COVID.
Yep.
Brooke just gave birth 20 days ago to her first child. I was talking to Brooke by text 2 nights ago. We're going to retire another 23, but I want them to have their own nights.
Right.
It looks like we got it a little out of order, but Mother Nature got it out of order. We couldn't do it last year. Brooks had a child, and guess what? When you're the SEC 2-time player of the year and you're playing at University of Kentucky, we handed our calendar to them, and they said this is the day she can come. And that happened to be Bradley-Cleveland game. See, we can't say, I can't call up and say, hey, Coach Elsie, I need Ryan down here so-and-so. They had to tell us. And we're lucky to get her in here Friday night.
Oh, I bet.
And I'm sure the seats will be full. Don't let that keep you away. Please come out. I know people have the luxury of watching things on TV or streaming now, but there's nothing quite like being there.
Right.
Smelling the popcorn, hearing the sneakers squeak, watching the ball go through the net, and who knows, you might get an autograph from Ryan Howard.
There you go.
Come on out Friday night.
We appreciate you being here again, Coach. Carsey, thank you for being here. Carsey Weber, you got your name right, And we look forward to seeing you all Friday night. And we'll be on the Bear Network streaming Friday night as well as on Mix 104 Radio. Until next time, this is Gary Ownbey saying so long for now. God bless and go Bearettes.